Hi guys, Yiannis Christodoulou here, 2019 European and National Aquathlon Champion in my age group. And today I'm going to talk about 5k tips and how to get that PB you want for running. Onto the 5k video tips and how to get that PB that you desire in your training. Now it's important that you incorporate drills firstly into your training plan and into your runs. Now for what I do in my runs, in my speed sessions, I always do drills just before after my warm up, just before I do my hard interval session. So what I do is I do just a few minutes, because just a few minutes of strides. I don't have to do endless, but the more the better, because what strides do, they make you a stronger and a better runner, because your technique and your form improves from doing this. So that's why it's beneficial to do. So what I do is I do just a few minutes of strides before my intervals, after my warm up. You can do more, like the professionals do endless ones, but I just do a few minutes. And some of my key favourite ones that I do is hill flicks and high knees, and I incorporate some strides into that, so I'm running on my forefoot just before I go off to do my interval session. So it's just a couple of minutes. So firstly, you want to get strides into your plan, and that will go a long way of making you a more efficient and stronger, and your form will improve as a runner. Secondly, you need to look at what kind of training you need to do with 5k. So you need to look at, you need to do some interval training, and you need to be doing speed endurance reps. So one thing that I like is mile reps, but it's important that you incorporate like threshold runs or tempo runs into your training for the 5k to improve that endurance for speed, and what kind of the pace that you would be to try and get your desired time and PB. So mile reps are always one of my favourites to go to. Threshold runs could be things like 15 minutes at threshold pace, so it could be 10k pace roughly. And then you could do 5 minutes easy running, and then you could repeat that again, do 15 minutes. So that's sort of like the template that you want to do for the endurance speed. Thirdly, you want to incorporate some shorter intervals, so things like 100 meter reps, 200 meter reps, 400 meter reps, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, things like that, which will help with your cadence, because you'll be turning your legs over, so you'll be improving your cadence, and that will therefore make you run faster as well if you're turning over quicker for the future. So you need to get tempo runs in, and as mentioned, you need to get the shorter runs in. So next up is what you need to look at really as well is, and maybe I should have said it right at the beginning of the video, is your technique. Like everything, technique will improve you and make you faster and a better runner. So the most common mistake that people make, and I'll go through this very briefly, is the arm drive. So the arm drive is the most important part, really, one of the most important parts in your running to make you more efficient. And you should have basically relaxed shoulders, and you should be running with a 90 degrees arm drive, which goes, I'll just demonstrate quickly. So 90 degrees arm drive, which basically should go back to your hip, and then this one should be here. So it's like that, but it's nice and relaxed. So it's not like that, so it's nice and relaxed. So what you don't want to be doing, you don't want to be crossing your arms, or I call it the dinosaur pose, running like that, or even running like this, like that. That's not moving your arms. You can see you can see that. Now, by doing that, I've already got loads of strain here. So you think about the strain that you get from your shoulders. So the strain you get from your shoulders, which will go down here, all the way down your body and pull on things, which will then, of course, affect your running form and bring out an injury. So a common mistake that people do make is that they go out with their phones and hold their phones. Now, I'll show you a little tip. Your hands should be like this, nice and relaxed. And I was told when I was going on my coaching course, on the level 2 course, that if you put a Pringle in there, so like that, it shouldn't snap. Of course it's going to get soggy, but it shouldn't snap, so it should be relaxed in there. So your hands should be relaxed. Now, if you've got a phone in your hand and you're holding it tight so you don't drop it, so or anything, or you're clenching a fist when you're running. So if you hold your hand like that, right, you can see now it's quite relaxed. Now, if I do that, I don't know if you can see it, but my whole arm is tensed, and you can feel that force. Just be putting your hand like that, you can feel the force. Now that goes all the way down there, which means it will pull down there, and it will pull, it will cause problems. So if you're doing that a number of times, like keep running on it, of course it's going to cause an injury problem. So it needs to be relaxed arms, 90 degrees at angle, and normally I say just brush your hip and then bring it back, bring it forward. And they should act as like levers, and they should be relaxed. And of course, if you're a sprinter, it's a different kind of way that you'd run. You'd be like really clenching your fist to try and pump as hard as you can. But you might want to do that in your sprint finish. But I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time. And that's the most effective and efficient way to run, and it will improve you. So that's the most easiest thing to try and do when you're changing your technique, because if you look at the below your waist, you need someone to assess it and have a look at it, and it can be quite dangerous if you've been running for it for quite a while. You can cause injuries in your lower problems, your feet. So with doing this, it's less risky, and of course it makes you more efficient and effective as a runner. And you'll see it, you can Google it online and you'll see loads of things. Like even go and have a look at the England Athletics website, and they'll show you how the correct way to run. So you don't want to be running like that or crossing. So your arms should not be crossing over to your body. It should be like 90 degrees. Or if they do cross, they only cross slightly, but they shouldn't be going like that or like that. So that's a little demonstration and how you can be effective with like your running technique. And it's something that you can just do. You can do, but it'll take time, and because it takes a long time to register, because you've been doing a bad habit, say for example, for a long time, your body will just naturally go back to the bad habit. So you have to be conscious of it. And the best thing to test this on is, I'm following up now onto easy runs. Now easy runs, you don't want to neglect them. They have their purpose. They improve endurance, help you burn fat instead of carbs if you do it the right way, and that's more effective energy source and sustainable energy source. So therefore, when the carbs run out, I've mentioned this in previous videos, when the carbs run out, that you get you hit a wall. But if you're burning fat, it lasts longer and it's more sustainable energy source, so you can go longer, faster for longer. So you have to run your slow runs easy. Means easy. So I've mentioned this before, zone 2 or below, and they need to be, the reason they need to be easy is because it's one of the reasons I've mentioned before, but also to allow your body to recover so you can go hard on hard days. So don't neglect these runs, they're very important, and you improve and get faster from these runs, and they have a purpose. So you mustn't neglect them. But in technique wise, you can, when you're running easy, you can look more on your technique and focus more on it, and you can see that you the 90 degrees arm, you can work more on that, so you'll get more conscious of it, and over time it just come to you naturally. So they're my tips for 5k. to try and get the PB 5K. You do want to have a structure in your training, so you could try an 8-week plan and then taper through it, or a 6-week plan and taper through it. You find out what works for you, but make sure you do the speed reps and the long runs in there, and the other tips that I said that would help with your training. So guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again.
And the champions of this age group category, Henrietta Parasavic and Yiannis Christodoulou.
Christodoulou.